Welcome to Piano Video Lessons. Today's lesson is lesson 1 of Chording with Christmas. And if you click the info card here in the corner, you can find the link to all of the printables and the complete set of lessons for this unit. This unit is great for anyone who wants to refresh their memory of chord playing or learn how to play from lead sheets for the very first time. You'll see here I have 2 copies of this sheet of music. I have one that is written in lead sheet style with just regular notation, and I have one here that is written in lead sheet style with alpha notes, and every note is written inside every letter name is written inside every note. And you can see the chords are written above the sheet, above the line of music in both cases. So let's get started, and I'm going to just turn this one aside because this one is a little bit easier to see here on the video. So I'm not going to teach you how to read notes. I'm assuming that you already know how to do that, but I am going to teach you what to do about these chord symbols that are written above the music. So for now, the very first time through, all we really need to do is worry about the note. So if it says C, I'm going to play C with my left hand. So here we go, nice and slow. This is level 1. Now it changes to F. There's another F. And then a G. And then a C here. Now you might notice that it doesn't sound like there's quite enough notes, so I can play another C every new measure. And then F, G, I can play another G, because it hasn't changed chords yet, then C, G, next page, C in the chord, I'll do another one, every measure I'm playing a C, now I'll change to F, C, G, G again, C, 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 now F, C, C, G, C. So that's the most basic way that you can play this piece. Now the next thing that we can do is we can realize these chords completely by playing the triad. So a C major triad, F major triad, or a G major triad. Now this one gets up pretty high, and it might kind of get close to the sound we're making with our right hand. So we'll just watch out for that. We could always go C and down to F and G. We'll see which one we like better. So this is level 2. Here we go. And I'll play those chords every measure. C major triad, F, F major triad, now G, oh that sounds good, G again, and C. Next line, C triads, all 3 notes playing together, and then F, and then G. So you notice that that's a little bit a lot of hopping around to do with your hand between those chords. So what we can do now is we can turn to one of the appendices at the back of our sheet list. We'll find here the lesson number 1, chord inversions and voicings. So it's here moving between the primary chords of C, F, and G. And you can see that this C triad is written the way we were playing it, but then the F chord is actually written with the F and the A on top and the C on the bottom. Now if these chords are a little much for you and you need a little review, I'd really recommend going back to year 1 unit 5, where we do quite a bit of talking about what chords are, all the major chords, all the minor chords. So you could go ahead and check that out and just get a bit of review. That's the F chord, and then back to the G chord. So this one, everything kind of moved. There were no notes the same between those. So you could practice this little chord change from C to F and then to G. So we could practice that again. C to F to G. So that's just a different fingering pattern, and maybe a little tricky to get used to, but it's a lot easier than jumping around. So let's try that, and that will take us as far as pretty much here, I guess. So let's go ahead and try it. C chord again, another C. Now that F, we're going to play it. Ooh, was nice. Same chord. Now the G here. G again. Back to C. And this is the same pattern. C chord. Now we'll take that F in inversion. Now G. Now to get on to the Jingle Bells part, we're going to be moving between the chords C, F, and G again, C to F, C to G. So there's a C in between. You can practice that here. C to G back to C, and C to F back to C. Let's go ahead and try this page now. So we've got our root position, nice regular C triad. Now we'll go to the F. That's the inverted one, and then back to C. Then G, opening our hand down. Back to C. Now the F chord. And the C chord. Awesome. So that's the entire piece played at level 2, which is chords with inversion. That's like 2B. Now we're going to go to level 3, and we have another appendix here. This shows you some different chord arrangement patterns that we can use. And the one we've been using so far is just this very first one, which is the basic triad. Just played maybe 2 times or with some rhythm. Now we have some other options here. We could play the outside of that chord, going bottom, top, not playing the middle note at all. So that would sound like this. Now you'll notice I'm not using my inversions here. I'm just playing the chords in root position. So that is this little exercise here. Now we could also try some of these other ones. I think this one might sound good. This is kind of got a little bit of a jazzy sound to it. So it's regular C and G, just like these 2 notes, but then we're going to open to an A. And we go like this. So it might get a little bit much to keep doing that over and over again, but we can try some other things. We could try the second one here, which is C, G, E, G. So what I'm doing is I'm playing the C chord, but now the F, but I'm using the notes bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, top, middle, top, bottom, top, middle, top. And you noticed I changed the ending there to play just the 2 notes at once. And I actually played a D there instead of a G. Alright, so those are a couple of the different patterns that you could use. Let's go on to the next page of Jingle Bells, and let's experiment with the pattern that's at the end of line 4. So this is a walking pattern. So if I'm playing a C chord, I will start on C and just walk down. So that's what we'll get here. Now if I want to go to F and do the same thing, and a C, and a G. I mean, I didn't really like it there, but we did it. So let's try something else. Let's do our walking pattern at the beginning, and then let's see, for this part, we could do, we could. So for our F and our C, we could just do the first pattern that we learned here. So let's try the walking. Now we're going to switch. And walk again. And then let's do solid chords here, because this is coming up on the end. So there are some different arrangements that you can use. We'll be coming back to this chord arrangement pattern sheet when we learn some of the other carols in this unit, but I think you got a good sense of the different ways that we can approach this depending on what level we are playing at for chording. So come on back for lesson 2, and in that lesson we're going to be learning "Oh Christmas Tree."